this from my lovely laptop here, so we'll see whether or not that actually works or not. That is the question. Let me see if I can get actually restream in and of itself on here rather than just the chat, so I can make sure that this is actually working. But while that does that, let me go ahead and load in here. Because honestly, I am not even remotely sure how this is going to work, or how well this is going to work on just the laptop here. Ready to go live. You are live. I just hope it's not absolute crap. Now we'll update the title. Sending data to both. Right, let's see how this actually looks on my phone here. Assuming it loads. I'm hoping that it won't be absolute crap, because honestly, again, I am on a laptop, so who knows, honestly. I'm actually lower the audio down here a little bit. There we go, so it's not overpowering my voice as much, and I can be somewhat quieter. Now, I'm hoping that it's going to initialize soon, because again, I don't know how well this is going to work. This is very much so a test as well. The important thing is not to stop questioning, indeed. Thank you, Mr. Einstein. Oh yeah. I mean, it's loading. It is working well so far. It's obviously loading slowly, but it is loading. The question is, how well will it perform? Now, looking at my stats here, your stream is experiencing issues. What kind of issues? Your stream quality is good. Your stream quality is not good. Your stream quality is good. Your stream quality is not good. It can't make up its mind. Are we good? Are we not good? Right, let me pull up the actual chat and close down the dashboard since it appears to be working. Chat looks live. Fantastic. And let me see if I can poke somebody. God damn it, I can't type. Who is actually on here right now? If Brad's still on, I should poke him. I mean, it is still loading. It is definitely loading a lot slower than it would on a PC, but that's not surprising. It's kind of expected, to be completely honest. Alright, let me move back to the actual chat. Alright. And now we see how well she runs. Loading, loading. At least eventually we will. This is adding further emphasis on the fact that I definitely do not want to die anymore, because otherwise we're going to have to wait 10 minutes for it to load. And again, even when it does, it could perform like absolute crash or absolute trash. I can play the game. I was able to record the game fine on a laptop, but streaming it is a completely different thing. God only knows what that's going to do to the quality. Still loading. Please wait. If I'd known it was going to take this long, I would have preloaded it before jumping on. Oh god, it's stuck on 71. Please don't get stuck. Please. Please, Wheel of Death, don't get stuck. And of course, the stream thing's in the red again, so God knows how that's going to look. Yes, it is a loading screen. It is a quality loading screen. I love how the OBS one, that's not measuring much. Well, I love how the OBS indicator here for stream health keeps going red and then green, red then green. I swear this thing goes red and green more than a damn street light. Choppy when I move the mouse around. That's not good. Yeah, we'll see how choppy it looks when I actually launch it, you know, in about 10 years when this loading Wheel of Death finally finishes. I mean, on my end, looking at it, it looks like the quality is fine, but that's not necessarily the... Ooh. One unread notification. Skip frames detected over the last 2 minutes. 26%. God damn, that's a lot of Skip frames. I'm assuming that happens when the CPU maxes out. Actually, no, it's only at 60-some%. I don't know why that's being a pain. I think part of it might be RAM. I mean, this thing does have 8 gigs of RAM, but that's not necessarily enough. Oh, here we go. We're finally getting in. Hopefully this doesn't look like a slideshow. Well, he just popped out of nowhere. Right, so we did... what was it we did? We did buy the blueprints. I'm going to have to upgrade. Oh god, I went to the map and it kind of just died for half a second there. Property, wharf. Plan, build. So it's definitely not performing as well as it did on my computer, quite obviously, because this is a laptop. But it's not, like, completely horrible, I guess. Oh god, my CPU just died for a second there as I'm rotating this around. Alright, let me actually, since my phone just decided to shut itself. Oh yeah, frames went to shit. It says the quality is good, but obviously it is not. It's probably still processing things, indeed. I kind of wonder... What if... I don't know if you're going to let me edit any settings while this is going. No, you're not going to let me edit any settings. What is my base resolution here? Is this thing probably just like dies trying to process all this? Base resolution is 1920 by 1080. Let me try switching it down to 720 and see if that improves frames. No, I don't even have that enabled. I don't know why that's being a problem, but whatever. Alright, I have dropped it down to 720p, and let's see if that makes any difference. I can't zoom in. So this has to be removed eventually, but we're just going to have to wait for the rest of this to be processed before we can do that, sadly. For reasons... Alright. How's this damn thing doing? Oh, who's taking hits? A chimera.
Acknowledged.
Like, which chimera is taking hits? And of course, every time I have to reopen my damn phone because it keeps shutting down. Now featured in Adobe PowerPoint. Is it that bad? Let me see if I can... Let me load up the... Let me try loading Restream again here. On my side so I can see the display. And see how horrible it is. Well, it says 60 FPS, 720. Let's see how that looks now. Doesn't seem terrible on my end, looking at Restream. I just saw someone walking through the wall there. Check your encoder settings, keyframe intervals. That could always make a difference. Yeah, on my end, the quality looks alright. Live and crispy. Yeah, I see. FP view's a little wonky. I mean, I could somewhat... Wait, can I even... Is it V? No? No? No. That doesn't do anything. Whatever.
Dragon.
Alright, now what do I actually need to accomplish here? Excuse me. I really wish my chat window would stay open. He gets 500 flavors of ships just because he knows which one is currently damaged. 9 out of 10 comparing it with the previous stream at the moment. Ah, I see. At least there's that. Now, if only I could keep my phone from shutting down. Alright, let's see. There are a lot of you. Should I just give all of them to the... Well, let me take a look here. How many can each of the rattlesnakes take? They can each take 40. So let's try giving each of them at least, I would say, 10. So that should be about 10. Intercept for commander. Rattlesnake 1. Alright. Intercept for commander. I mean, it's definitely not performing like 100% well on my part, on my side of things. But, you know, it's at least functional-ish. I probably wouldn't do everything on here, honestly, but just in case I am unable to do anything else otherwise, at least it's an option that somewhat works. Intercept for commander. Like, I wouldn't want to get into a massive firefight like this, that's for damn sure. And now we only have like 5 of them left, so we'll have to wait for some more. You guys aren't really doing much of anything right now. There is a Drill Vanguard in Argon Prime. I think I might have got this one, yeah, because it's just sitting around. I might have picked up this one for one of the stations. Go ahead and close all those subgroups. Actually, one thing I could do, because these guys are not supposed to be like this, let's go ahead and select them. Remove all orders and assignments. Intercept for commander. There we go. He doesn't have, you know, 10, I don't think. Yeah, definitely not. So he's missing like 2, but that's still better than nothing. So now all of the rattlesnakes have a fighter accompaniment, which is quite nice. There are settings on your phone regarding that. There probably are, yes. Let me go ahead and check my power. It's probably because my power settings are set to power saving mode or something right now. Let's see. Display. Yeah, that's exactly why. Because I had power saving mode on. Let's go ahead and disable that. Display. Sleep after never. Done. Okay. That's fixed. Fantastic. Alright. Go ahead and close down Xenon's Bane there. Speaking of which, we do have 2 more Chimeras on the way right now. So mostly we're just kind of waiting for a lot of stuff to finish. Let's take a quick look, though. Assuming I can click on the universe and it's not going to be an absolute slideshow. Which it probably will be a little bit. Let's see if that idiot capital ship has made his way where he's supposed to be yet. Or if he's still fucking around with these guys. Oh, no, he actually did finally make his way there. That's good. In that case, let's teleport over to him and see if we can... Oh, I can't. It's actually too far away. Well, you know what I can do about that. I can take a look at this lovely boa here.
We're taking hits.
Who? In the void?
Affirmative.
Kill. Kill for me, my precious. Alright, well, let's do it this way. Let's go Xenon's Bane. If I can properly teleport to you.
Entering system. Matrix. Number 451.
Now the Razorback, which again I don't know why it's called that now, but hey, it is what it is. I'm not going to bother changing that.
Entering system. Fires of defeat.
Oh god, that just looks terrible, doesn't it? Like, all of that should not be displayed in front of this, but it is. Now, what are you actually doing right now? Okay, you're doing nothing because you looks like you finished all of your upgrades. Okay. Basically everything. Let's just do everything. Everything attack my current enemy. Actually, I'll set the pulse back to... all of the pulse back to attack fighters. Not even going to bother setting to missile defense because that's literally useless. Alright. Let's see how this works now that I'm piloting this. Or if it's still going to be a horrible slideshow. Oh. I see a excuse me. I see a problem that needs to be solved. That's awkward. Anyway. You mind destroying that, please? I would appreciate that. I mean, rather than being in the main menu, it seems like this thing performs better when flying the ship around than it does when I'm in the map, ironically enough. How's the audio, though? Is the desktop too loud still? Actually, looks like it might be. Let me go ahead and lower that down a bit once we get into travel drive here.
Awaiting orders.
Did one of my rattlesnakes get destroyed or something? Alright, what are you complaining about now? Skipped frames detected 10 minutes ago. Don't care about that. Audio quality, or not quality. There we go. Volume. Let's take a look. Why did you stop? Chimera was destroyed. Another one was destroyed in Fire's defeat 22 minutes ago. Vulture Vanguard was destroyed by pirates. Those guys were destroyed by the Eye. That was last time we played. Apparently hitting enter was not allowed for some reason. Yes, this is American space with the rattlesnakes. Rattlesnakes. Yeah, this ship right here, the Red Knight First Guard, is a X-Rebirth ship. Quite a nice little ship, but It's, the accuracy of the turrets leaves much to be desired. But I think that's an issue all around. And I'm thinking I'm still going to have to go on the forums and mention something and be like, what the hell? Because the fact that even watching the rattlesnakes, they were firing at, an eye, which is not a small ship, and yet a lot of their shots were missing. It's like, even if the ship is moving, they should be, like, the projectiles travel at such a speed that it should have been able to more than compensate for that. But it seems like they're always pointing for, like, center of mass as their target. Like, there definitely needs, if with turrets, there needs to be a prioritization system for the turrets themselves, where you can say either shoot for center of mass, shoot for literally any hull, shoot for components or something like that. Target weapons, target components. There definitely needs to be a bit better control over what the turrets are trying to target, because otherwise they just bloody miss. Kind of like what we saw with that one station too, where the turrets were firing. And again, that shouldn't be a problem due to the fact that this is a modded ship, per se. Yeah, pretty much. Volume of fire, yes, but even with my, even with the, what's it called? Not the Raptor. No, the Raptor. With its 101 odd cannons, it still missed. Oh, hi, Lo. There's a branch destroyer eye here. Oh, they just destroyed it. Good job, lads. I'm proud of you.
P. Jump gate. Matrix. Number 9.
Wait, what? Why am I going through Matrix 9? Oh, God. It's taking me through Matrix 9. Of course it's taking me through Matrix 9. God damn it. You can swarm the Capitol building if you want with all your ships.
Entering system. Matrix.
I do have a lot of ships, especially chimeras. I wonder if there's an overview tab that tells me exactly how many chimeras I have now. Either way, it's a lot. Still not the 100 plus that I want to completely fill up the Raptor, but we're getting there. And now we're going to also have some medium class torpedo bombers, so I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, for some damn reason, every time I go into that menu while in Travel Drive, it likes to just destroy itself. How do you generate money in this game? Lots of ways. Mostly selling stuff. All in all, you can build factories and stations that will also produce goods that will be sold. That's where I'm making a large portion of my money, but most of my money comes from basically ships being designated as traders and then sent out in the universe to do their thing. But even by destroying enemy ships like pirates and Xenon in friendly space, as long as you have even if you don't have a police license, you'll still get paid a little bit. I think you get paid more if you have a police license, but still. I could be wrong. There's also different missions you can take on, which I don't want to hit enter to check out right now, because then my freaking Travel Drive's going to shut down again, and I would really rather that not happen. Let's angle myself towards the edge here so we're not going to ram into the pylon. As a matter of fact, then let's point towards the lower section of the lovely gate here. But yeah, like I said, trying to take on... That was an S-class. Trying to take on a station, or not even a station, just the I-class ship with just this thing was pointless. However, I was very much so easily able to destroy it with just volume of fire from all of the rattlesnakes going at it at once.
Entering system. Matrix. Number 451.
Matrix number 451. Now we already have the administration center built in sector, so once we destroy even possibly this defense station, the system might actually become mine, which is interesting. So with that, I'm not sure which stations we're going to put here. We'll probably build another, different complex of stations to just have them sell stuff. But yeah, either way, we might even make just my big old complexes, although they're not super efficient if you can buy resources in the area cheaply. But I like my self-contained complexes. It's just how I like to roll. Even though I could potentially make more money by just, you know, buying, I just like doing it that way. This is just a look at, isn't this a beautiful view? It looks like we're just flying a sword through space, doesn't it? Got the handle right there. We got this lovely blade, kind of a half cross here almost per se, or guard I should say. Oh, we do have another one up there, but I think that's the one. I'm pretty sure that's the one I sent my my rattlesnakes to take care of.
Xenon defense platform.
Oh no, that's the defense platform up there. Alright, we're almost within range of that. Once we get within about 9 clicks, we'll start opening fire. So we're going to help them take this down, and then we're going to try taking on the solar power plant. And then after that, all of these stations, all of the hostile Xenon stations in the sector have been taken out. I will also be producing a secondary defensive station eventually, once I can basically get a stockpile of goods. Oh, maybe I think what I will do is I will produce a bunch of storage units at the defense station once it's complete. There we go. Those are engaging now. Yeah, once the defense station is complete, I will produce a bunch of storage units there, or storage components there, and then I will store a bunch of what I need to build another defensive station, and it's literally just going to be like a wall of turrets near the gate, which will hopefully tear up basically anything that tries to come from Xenon Sector 9. However, that being said, now that I'm targeting this, if I can go on the map, we can check out what we have to do with Xenon Sector 9, which I don't think I have fully mapped out right now, but I should get on that. I definitely do not have it mapped out, because they do have a full-on wharf there, so that's where they're constructing a lot of ships, a power station, and possibly either a second power station, because this is power plant 1, I don't know, or 2 defense stations. And they could have more. They could easily have more. So once 451 has been taken, I will have to explore Xenon Sector 9. Either way, my entire fleet's going to have to stay by the jump gate so we can ambush anything coming through. And we will attempt to eventually push in and take over Matrix number 9 after we have taken over 451. Then we have a nice centralized location between Talati and Split Space that we can basically turn into our own little trade and production haven. Is the hope and the dream. How are we doing here? Guns are firing. There we go. It is at 8% currently. I kind of wish that... like, that's the view of my shots coming in. Because the one thing that somewhat bothers me is the camera. Because I think F4 is supposed to be free look for the camera, but then I can't actually control the camera itself. External static view. External target view, external view. Oh, because it uses the numpad. That would be why. I do not have a numpad on this laptop. I could probably get a numpad if I really wanted to, but yeah, no. But at least now I know I can use that. Oh, let's see which one that was. Hey, thank you for the follow there, Love Eyes. Appreciate it, mate. Oh, and thank you for the raid, actually. Welcome, good sir. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Appreciate the raid there. Ooh. Where are we at now? We are at 8% on this thing. Let's go ahead and crank the SAT up as our turrets kind of lay into this thing. Looks like our lower turrets are not, though, so let me angle myself a bit more. See if those lower turrets will kick in. I was wondering for a second there what had happened. Yeah, why are my lower turrets not engaging? We should be well within range, but just in case, let's get a little bit closer, perhaps. Oh, or is it dead? It's getting there. It's still at 8%. Because I want to see some big orange kind of plasma bolts getting launched out here. What ship am I in? This is a ship from X Rebirth, brought into the universe via the X Rebirth ship pack. It is the... Oh, what was it called? I kept saying it multiple times here. The First Guard... Was it the First Guard battleship, I think? If I'm not mistaken. For whatever reason, it somehow changed its name, so it's now called the Razorback. And the model number is now Razorback. I don't really ask too many questions with that, but okay. It is what it is. At this point, I should probably just call the rest of my fleet in on this. At least the Raptors, I can call them in if they're done with the other station I told them to destroy. Looks like they are. Or rattlesnakes, not raptors. 4 of them are here. Where's the other one go? Because there should be 5. There they are. If you guys are done horsing around, get over here and help me destroy this. Thank you. Alright. Does that pack have any plans if the new DLC actually implements their modded ships? No idea, to be completely honest. I haven't checked on any updates for that. God knows I am very much so looking forward to the Cradle of Humanity and finally getting the Terran, ships and everything else back, because I do love the some of the Terran ships. I believe it was not the Nova. Which one was it? The Katana. Yeah, the Katana. That was a very, very favorite ship of mine for a long time to fly around and enjoy. I'm just happy that the 4.0 update patch, essentially, uncorrupted my save file, so I was actually able to continue doing this, because I had basically 6 days worth of progress on this save file, and unfortunately, because of save file corruption, and the fact that every time I saved, even on a new file, it would still corrupt that file, and there was nothing I could do to stop it, I lost an entire day's worth of progress, which was kind of a real punch to the gut, because that was a whole 24 hours worth of progress on the save. And this save was actually started with the release of the Split Vendetta expansion as well. I ended up going with the free Split Family start. I think I was actually one of the first, if not the first person after the release to even finish the free Split Family campaign, or not campaign, but the initial mission per se. Because within the first 6 hours, I had basically destroyed that fleet via capturing a dragon and then just basically guerrilla warfaring the fleet. I would take out, or well, not even take out. I would cause the other dragons in the fleet to essentially bail, and then kind of rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat. Oh, I think I did it! Oh, yes, I did it! Wait, what? Why is this Talati space right now? Nope, the Derp Lords. Yes, this space now belongs to me. I should change my color. What should I change my color to? I need a better faction. Actually, speaking of which, shoot, I don't know if I have my flag. No, I definitely don't have my flag. I was trying to add that logo in, but I wasn't able to do so, so we'll have to keep that as is. Let's see here. What should I do? But yeah, within the first 6 hours of the release of the expansion, I had finished off that fleet just by slowly tearing away at the fleet surrounding it, and then finally getting behind the rattlesnake and just taking out all of its components and wiping it out. Unfortunately, I learned something really rather interesting, which was even if you capture the ships in that mission, it's not considered as, you know, killing them, basically. So I basically was put in a conundrum of, well, I just captured these fantastic ships and I don't want to have to, you know, get nothing for it. So essentially what I did was I sold off all of the components on all of those dragons, grouped them up in space as just empty ships, and then blew them to shit. See, my home country, the Netherlands, is being represented. Yeah, the safe corruption was pretty bad. My main kind of complaint right now has to deal with the inaccuracy of the turrets, because more often than not I'm finding these turrets are just heavily missing, because they're aiming for like a, you know, a center of mass hitbox or something. And I should mention that at this moment right now I'm currently running this off of my laptop rather than my main PC, as I had to run out on an emergency per se, and now this is all I have access to for the moment. And I actually won't be on here for too long, but come, I would say, what was it? When's the next one? Probably Saturday, I think, is the next one. Yeah, something along those lines. I will be doing some more of this and continuing to basically secure this sector from the Xenon. And then hopefully we will start pressing into Xenon Sector 9 and take over that, and just basically solidify our hold on this sector. The main reason being that the last time that we secured this space, which I helped the Talati do, they started moving in and claiming the space, but the problem being they lost it really rather quickly and just absolutely got their ass kicked. So here I wasted 2 rattlesnakes helping them capture this darn system by destroying the stations, and then they bloody lost it. I was not happy. I was very much so not happy. The turrets are ridiculously inaccurate. It looks like they're intentionally missing and occasionally failed at land a straight shot even. Yeah, because the main thing for me is, like, I've seen them aim at stations and shoot through, like, sections in between a station and out the other side, and just do that constantly. So, like, all of these were missing constantly because of that. And it's just like, why? Just why? It's so painful. So there needs to be a better prioritization of targets for the turrets or something. Anything. Alright, are my lower guns firing here? Not yet. Let's get a bit closer then. Either way, we want to stay out of the out of range of the turrets, because their lovely red xenon turrets hit like a absolute space truck. Come on. You can open fire anytime. I'm pretty sure they start engaging at the 9-kilometer range. And these are the big beasts, so I want them firing. Okay, I'm starting to get within their range here real soon. Anytime you want to engage. Any moment now. Okay, now we're within 8 kilometers, and we're finally starting to see those damn turrets engage. That took a while. Let's get a little bit closer. We'll get within the 8-kilometer range, so that both of these can hopefully open fire. I can't tell if he is or not. It looks like so far just one of them is. Let's try getting a little bit closer then. There we go. Now they're both firing. That's what I wanted. And now we can just go ahead and enable the SATA here. And let them just wail into this thing. Although again, the lower guns are deciding basically not to fire. Which is, as always, a mystery to me. Hull's already down 91%, 90%. So we're making some real quick progress on this. I am still rather annoyed that my main primary guns here aren't really doing anything. But I'm not surprised by this, because that's kind of their... There we go. There we go. Now the big boys are firing. Because let me see the... Let me take a look here. So, Talati L plasmas and a split L plasma. That's all about the same, I think. Oh, because I stopped targeting it, so they stopped firing. At least now they're all attacking in a nice little wave. Just look at that. Awaiting orders. Good for you, Chimera. Good for you. Let's take a look here. Oh, it's doing that thing again. Really wish it wouldn't do that, whatever the hell it is that it's doing right now. Looks like we have a bunch more chimeras ready to go. We're almost done with the production of chimeras. I believe that was our run of 50, if I'm not mistaken. We're at 82% on this thing. Let's go ahead and speed her up. Because I want this thing wiped out. And then I'm going to reposition my fleet at the gate. Hey, that's one section down. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. 80%, auto-saving, thank you. Because in order to regain the... Oh, let's see here. 1 second. Alrighty then. Alright, now let me actually see... not the library. Because this thing isn't really displaying like I want it to. Mini feed and all of that. Why does it not have... Well, awkward. Oh geez, it's opening up in a complete dashboard. I did not want you to do that. Because that just caused it to lag the hell out. Yep, and I just lost my position for a second there. So everything stopped firing. Let's go ahead and reposition ourselves here. Ay, ay, ay. But yeah, one of the things that I did in order to... And you're auto-balancing again. Why are you auto-balancing in space? Don't do that. I have myself turned this way for a reason, damn it. Either way, let's hold here. There we go, 64%, 63, and falling. I could probably order the rattlesnakes to come and speed this up, to be honest, but I don't want to risk them getting, because again, the one downside with, well, actually, no, I guess there's two downsides with the game then. The one being that the turrets can be horribly inaccurate, and the other one being that the AI has no sense, especially friendly AI, well, no, just AI in general, has no sense of self-preservation, I would say, in that they like to go directly into enemy guns and just kind of sit there and die, which is mildly aggravating to say the least. That is how I've lost several of my lovely L-class rattlesnakes and been rather irritated about it. But thus is life. What can you do? Let me see if I can pull myself up on here properly. Because I want to see... Because for whatever reason, the studio is not giving me proper numbers like it should be. Neither is the chat, and I don't really know why. There we go. That was weird. Do 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 do. Oh, hello. Are you awaiting orders? Well, too bad. Keep awaiting orders. I'm at 49% here, damn it. Oh, wait. Is all my shots missing again? Is that why this is taking forever? Oh, let's go a bit closer then. Just in case. I don't think my shots are missing, honestly. It's just being a pain. As per usual. Yeah, we're down to 47%. You know what? Let's call them in. Let's call them in and speed up this destruction here. And let's double check to make sure that... Ooh, another segment just blew up. Nice. Double check to make sure that we don't have a I or a K coming through the gate here, which tends to happen. Looks like the Chimeras are going to get here first, though, because they are set to basically intercept, so they're doing exactly that. They are intercepting the target here. So you can see there's just massive swarm of, like, this should be around 40-some-odd Chimeras, give or take. Yeah, it looks like the rest are on the way slowly. So they're going to get here first and start engaging. Now it looks like I'm being attacked here. By that rather annoying P. Looks like the turrets are taking care of it, though. Or is that an M? No, that's an M, I think.
P.
No, it is actually a P. Yeah, no, they'll wipe that out, no problem. Oh yeah, because that thing is actually slow enough to be hit by the turrets properly, whereas the M's and the N's tend to be just too damn fast for even the pulse turrets to hit. But yeah, even on here I can't really tell, which is kind of annoying. Oh well, it's basically the seagulls from Finding Nemo. Mine, 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 mine. Yeah, kind of in that sense. I mean, there is a reason why I've mass-produced them. Because they, although they are a small class fighter, they are equipped with quite a few guns, so although they won't have that much survivability, they sure do have the DPS, per se. Alright. Let's go ahead and speed that up. They should be getting here shortly. Then I'll actually take a look and see what I can see about the, not the priorities. Yeah. Oh, here comes the swarm. And here comes the rattlesnakes, too. This thing should start to fall a lot quicker. But of course now my frames are gonna start tanking a little bit because the turrets on the station are actually going to start opening up. Rattlesnake, wait, what? Oh my god, did one of those rattlesnakes just suicide themselves again? Oh, you dipshits. This is why I hate ordering you to come in here. Multiple of them have just about suicided themselves. That is 50 shades of retarded for you. Why? Yeah, another rattlesnake's about to die. See what I mean? They lack any kind of proper, and I can't even, because the laptop is lagging so badly now, I can't even order him to leave. He's literally just going to die. That is really fucking stupid. I've literally lost like another 30 million in rattlesnakes there. Or 60 million in rattlesnakes. Oh, I didn't want to order all these idiots. Oh my god, this is starting to piss me off a little bit. You know what? No, I'm not taking that. That's just bullshit. Oh, such a waste. Again, I can't use these goddamn rattlesnakes to attack any stations. I just can't. They are so utterly useless. They just fly directly into the enemy's turrets and sit there and die. That's literally all they do. The only thing the rattlesnakes are even remotely competent to do is fight enemy capital ships. Yeah, there should be a simple if statement to get them to get the fuck out of there, but no. They are incredibly stupid. And the ironic thing is, too, when the rattlesnakes were positioning themselves to attack, they didn't even position themselves to take the full advantage of their weaponry. They literally just kind of broadsided it, and that's not where they're most effective. They're most effective directly staring at the enemy. Like, basically like siege cannons in that sense. So lining up side by side, and then just unleashing hell in a direction is what they should be freaking doing. But they don't do that. Now, unfortunately, because I am, again, crappy laptop, this is going to take like 20 damn minutes to load. Oh, joy. Oh, joy. Oh, it'll be much better on Saturday when I'm back to the computer again. All will be well at that point. And how long has this been? I don't even... Oh, God, it doesn't even give me that information. There we go. Now I have some proper information. I had to full screen it to get it to show up properly. So it's only been 44 odd minutes. Which isn't terrible, but hey. It'll have to do. Right. We'll probably try going for another hour or so at most. Honestly, I don't want to put too much into this on the laptop. It was mostly just a test to see whether or not I could properly stream on this thing, and luckily it is. It is worth every penny that I invested in it, it seems. So that's good. Now loading. Please wait. Oh, this is just as bad as... Oh, not to mention I'm not even on a chair right now. I'm literally in a makeshift setup I threw together within like a couple of minutes. So I'm not even on a proper chair. I'm literally sitting on the edge of a bed. Oh, using a extra large dinner table style thing. Oh, I'm going to stretch out a bit. Oh, it hurts. It hurts, but hey. Okay, I'm good. Crack. But yeah, I mean, again, there's a lot of things that I wish, like, if it was dependent simply on pilot skill, I could imagine there being a simple thing where it's like, well, you know, they're not smart enough to retreat quickly or, you know, do orders quickly, but they do them. Oh, nice. We didn't completely lose progress. That's good, at least. I'm just going to leave this thing running until it dies, basically, then. But yeah, so it's one of those things where it's like... And it's kind of still moving me around again. Oh, it's because I had that, didn't have that selected. And I don't think we have all of our guns to bear either. There we go. Now we do. That's better. Alright. So we'll slowly see this thing melt again. But yeah, it's just kind of sad that they don't have any kind of either self-preservation or just simple basic skill at piloting their craft, considering they're supposed to be the captain of a gigantic freaking capital ship. And yet they don't think, you know, according to the design parameters of my ship, I should be facing it forward against the enemy. I'm thinking kind of on the style of if anyone's played, oh jeez. That's unfortunate. Hermes Sentinel 8 was destroyed in which sector? How much you want to bet it's the sector I told them to stay out of. But they like to go into anyway. Just to piss me off. Second Contact 7, actually. So no, that was actually a completely different sector than what I was thinking. Because there is a Second Contact 2, I think, is the system that currently has a I and 2 Ks. just kind of chilling by a gate, and every single one of my traders likes to pathfind through there, even though I've now basically forbid the sector for travel to all ships, and yet they still want to travel through there. It's frustrating. And that's another improvement that the game needs to make, almost in a way, is simply the fact that when your AI is piloting close to enemy ships and getting themselves killed, it's like they're just flying their ship at Mach 10 into a wall. Why? Just why? Why? So they need, again, it's the same concept of just having basic survival skill, you know, or, yeah. Not even skill, but just, you know, don't be stupid, in a way. Where it's like, why are you flying close to what is essentially a ship controlled by a robotic scourge across the universe? You would think that if you flew into a system that had these, you know, ships in it, you would basically slam on the space brakes, do a quick 180, and get the fuck out of town. But no. You fly directly towards the gate that the damn thing is sitting next to, thinking, oh, it's fine, I'll be fine. Oh my god, I'm not fine. Oh my god, I'm dying. Oh, I'm dead. It's like, Commander, I flew too close to the sun and I'm burning alive. What can I do? Oh, wait, I'm dead. Like, really? Why? Just, it kills me so much. I mean, it wouldn't be so bad if I hadn't, like, invested so much money in, like, all of them. Where it's, like, a punch to the nuts, per se, when they end up getting themselves killed in a stupid way. Like, if they get overwhelmed by an enemy force or something, like if a pirate ship uses something that temporarily disables their engines or something, then it'd be understandable. Can't play these games for this reason. Took the time to learn X3 when I learned your controlled ships need to be out of system. AI ships fly through a system to avoid killing themselves. Yeah. Yep. Well, it's funny. Even with X3, they still had a lot of issues when it came to, like, in all of the X games, I've never bothered, like, what you're supposed to do, quote-unquote, in a way, by how the game is somewhat designed, is to basically have yourself, like, you can't just you're not supposed to be, you know, run around and take on literally the universe by yourself. You are supposed to have, like, wingmen, and to have them follow you and join you in combat and such. The problem with that being that, again, their survivability has always been so damn poor that it was all but pointless to bring them with you. So I would never actually bring wingmen with me for the simple reason that they would die within seconds of getting into a combat. Like, you would waste so much money. Okay, I need to fix this because this auto rotation is annoying me. It's an options thing. Auto roll off. Thank you. There we go. No more auto roll. Damn, that was annoying. But yeah, so that was one of the very reasons I rarely actually got any fleets, and I would just literally take care of everything myself. And just used skill, basically, to deal with it. I mean, there'd be a lot of dying involved, too, but, you know, still, I would take care of almost everything myself. A perfect example for that was in X3. I had picked up a mod which essentially allowed you to designate any station as a command center, and you basically give the command center, like, say, 10 million credits, and it would buy ships.
Serious damage. Acknowledged.
It would buy ships and essentially, you know what? I'm gonna change my policy here because a lot of my ships are apparently getting killed by pirates. So let me go ahead and change one of my global policies right now, just so I can prevent them from getting killed like this. I'm not sure. What were you under attack by, though? Oh, no, you're under attack by the Kach. Well, that's not good. Yeah, you're probably gonna die. I didn't even expect the Kach to show up anywhere. Usually they don't. They like to stick in their sectors and never leave. I think there was something, though, about them being a bit more active now. That was in a patch recently. But yeah, so essentially what I did was I would give the station the money. It would hire pilots and equip them onto ships, like basic ships. And then as those pilots patrolled areas, killed ships, and leveled up, it would then automatically buy a next up ship and send them to that ship. I put that thing on, like, I gave them a good amount of money, and then I put that thing on, like, SATA for a good, probably what would have amounted to 80 hours worth of time, and I had very, very few ships that actually, made it through the end of that. And it was in a system with some relative, like, low-end piracy. So, fairly weak ships, nothing more than, like, an M-class fighter. And yet the AI would never win those battles because they would just, again, go with the policy of strafing directly into the enemy's guns. They wouldn't dogfight, they would just strafe into the enemy's guns, fire everything they have, turn around, do it again, turn around, do it again, and just rinse, repeat until they died. Yeah. 'Tis what it is, sadly. But yes, that is what just drove me up the wall when it comes to that. And the same thing can be said for this in a way, because I have, I've had what, 8, almost 10 rattlesnakes at this point, and I'm back down to 5 again. Just because of the same reason, I literally cannot tell them to attack stations, or they suicide themselves into the turrets. Because, I mean, these aren't exactly weak turrets. These are, meant to defend the station. And although it is kind of cheese that I could just kind of sit here at range and do this, I would, if turrets were more accurate and, AI was a bit smarter when it came to, their survivability and not just face planting into a wall, I would be more inclined for there to be a range increase on station cannons, so you can't just sit out of range like this and do this. But as it stands right now, this is like the only way to take down a station like this, other than sacrificing hundreds and hundreds of millions of credits. And it doesn't cost nearly that much to build a station, especially not for the Xenon. They are an absolute plague when it comes to building stations and ships. Especially their I's and K's. They output I's and K's like they're frickin' rabbits or something. And damn space rabbits, I swear. They breed like space rabbits. Luckily, I's and K's, especially K's, are relatively easy to destroy. The I's are a bit more of a pain unless you want to either risk your ships or just take forever to disable them yourself. Typically, I like to just disable them myself, but hey. Ooh, let's actually slow down time here a little bit. Well, not slow down time, but go back to normal time. So I can check my station, my defense station, and see how she's doing. And also my other station, because I told it to build some stuff too. Let's take a look at you. So, it looks like you have actually completed a full ring now. So this whole defensive ring is now complete. I'm kind of interested to see if it actually has all the turrets like it should. But yeah, this right here is my defense platform for the system right now. So it's just 3 lovely hexagons here of literally nothing but defense platforms. So we got defense discs, defense platforms. So it is just a wall of death, which will hopefully tear through any Xenon that try to get near it. Now, if I look at the actual loadout for this lovely thing here, so each one of these is equipped with L plasmas, and then a whole bunch of M pulse defenses. So each one of the discs here has 12 M pulse turrets and 12 L plasma turrets, as well as L and M MK2 even shield generators. So literally this station is armed to the teeth. If I go to the platform, same thing. Each one of these has 8 L-class plasma turrets and 8 M-class pulse turrets, with of course the MK2 shielding. So again, that station will hopefully not be destroyed by the Xenon anytime soon, unlike the pathetic, wimpy Talati stations, which kind of, didn't really last too long. But one thing I can do now that I own space is I can set police authority with my own kind of random, or no, not even random. I can tell them basically what wares are illegal in my space. What should we make illegal? It makes me wonder if we can ambush ships going through here carrying those goods. And I actually don't see any illegal wares in here, sadly, so I can't just say, hey, make those illegal. And I can't really do much else either here. Yeah, default ship skins. I'm assuming that means I have police authority in one. Which are considered illegal in your sectors that are policed by you. Yeah, that's about it. Personnel management, of course, my ridiculous amount of pilots and such. One of my new favorite things was added in, which is the account management. So I can now very quickly and easily mess with the accounts as is necessary. Like right here, I can accept the estimate for that. I gain 3 million, well, 2.4 million credits. Right here, I gain another 2.7 million from this station. This is obviously a defense platform. It's not going to earn me any money. I get 2 million from this station. The estimates for construction have already been fulfilled. Oh, I can accept the estimate for this because we're no longer needing as many funds because I basically manually bought the goods and sent it to the station so it could build faster. So I basically just gained quite a bit of money. Quite a bit of money. I do really love the new account management for that. And I'm only due 1.5 million in trades. That kind of sucks. Probably because a lot of my trade ships died for stupid reasons. Nice, we're at 5% now, so we're getting there. We're almost done with the Stam Station. And then we are Xenon free in this system for now. At which point I will move all of my fleet in position around the Matrix 9 gate. Oh no, we got an eye, don't we? Yeah, that's an eye. Oh, great. Let's try doing this. It never seems to actually work, but let's try. Let's lower fleet aggressiveness. And confirm. What should I go with? Let's go with a forward cross. So I'm basically just sending the fleet after that eye before the K's come through and make it a bit more difficult to take on. Afterwards, I will make my way there myself and help them out. Hopefully they'll be fine, just in case they're not and they get themselves killed. Let me go ahead and make a quick little save here. Because we know how smart they are. Actually, it's funny too, because one of the biggest issues with X Rebirth when it first released, since you did mention avoiding killing themselves, was when the game first released for your very large trade ships that you had, they had an unfortunate issue where when they were trying to dock with a lot of stations, they would basically crash into the station multiple times and then explode. It took them so long to fix the trading in that one. That was an unfortunate title for the longest time. The longest time. It just had so many issues on launch, that one. It was basically to the point where when it first launched, X Rebirth's trading was basically impossible. I think my shots are going through again, because this was the, yeah, no, this is exactly the issue here. If I go to the station, I don't think you can see it from this distance, but I'm pretty sure all those shots are going, oh no, they're not going through the station. They somewhat are, but I think they're mostly hitting, because you can kind of see them just going right through the other side. That's just how the hitbox on this one is. Am I being hit now? Well, hopefully it's still somewhat hitting and it'll eventually blow itself up. Couldn't locate any large towing ships to place the bases I wanted to build. I suspect they blew up somewhere off in space. Yeah, that would happen. I actually kind of, honestly speaking, I liked that a lot. I honestly preferred the method almost of having these giant, well, basically having the option of either you would have a large ship that would basically mine resources and then bring them.
Affirmative.
Resist, you can do it. Hey, we did it. How are we doing here? Oh, hello. Well, it looks like all the rattlesnakes are alive this time. And they actually are coming back from destroying that too. Ooh, and actually my super freighter is here, which I'm not sure if too many people have seen that beastly thing. I actually I ended up selling a couple of extra raptors, I think it was, no raptors, rattlesnakes, in order to afford the cost of buying that thing. Let me actually zoom in on that, since apparently it is in the sector. Let's close the alpha group here. If it'll let me, it's kind of running like crap right now. There it is. Now I can just target you and hit this. And here she is. A very large transport ship. With massive engines all on the front here. No, you cannot salvage the remains of a station, unfortunately. After a bit of time, it'll just slowly decay. And 3 big-ass engines on the rear. And here is my actual... Let's actually head there. Which might take a minute because this thing is awaiting orders. Good job, I'm proud of you. You did it. I wish they had the option to turn off ship-based collision without it affecting weapons in combat. Definitely an issue that this game has is if you are essentially traveling, if you're using this travel drive to go from point A to point B and you ram into, say, an asteroid or a ship, you can get stuck inside the object. So I've been stuck inside ships, I've been stuck inside stations. At the very least, the more common thing, getting stuck inside asteroids, is a bit more okay, because you can literally just blast the asteroid and get out that way. But when it comes to if you ram into a station or another ship and get stuck inside of it, you're kind of screwed. To be honest, you're kind of screwed. The games have great ideas and gameplay, but suicidal AI makes it not worth the effort. Yeah, that's why, typically speaking, I don't use a lot of the basic kind of stuff. I tend to mod the game a little bit to make it a bit more playable in that sense. Like, for example, this has been improved recently, so I can't say too much about vanilla right now regarding this. But essentially, when it comes to the trade scripts, you have to have, in order to set up traders, they're not like the old universal traders of X3 and such, and those sector and universal traders. It's more so a matter of you have to have a certain tier pilot, so I think it's 1, 2, and 3 star if I'm not mistaken. And if you basically at the rate they would train, their piloting skill was so low and rare that I literally had like what, probably 48 hours worth of gameplay, I would say. And maybe actually it was less than that. I'll say 24 hours worth of gameplay, and they still had barely leveled up their piloting skill at all, which was just a big no to me, to be honest. And that's, their piloting skill is heavily reliant on their ability to use that trade system. Now, when it comes to distributing wares, your basic, which is one of the trade commands, you're basically taking a single ware and then distributing it to any stations that require it within, I would say, 1 to 2 sectors, if that. Now, with the auto trader, you're basically taking a handful of wares and distributing it to, again, stations over a certain radius, depending on your piloting skill. Now, I wasn't as much of a fan of that, so I ended up picking up the Tater Trade script, which is basically almost kind of similar to the old X3 Universe Trader in a sense, but it is also still dependent somewhat on the, here we go, we're approaching our lovely gigantic trader here. It is still somewhat dependent on blah 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 on your pilot skill, but it doesn't cripple you in the fact that as much in the fact that you can basically take a 1-star pilot and then send him out to do stuff. I also did pick up a mod that allows me to basically purchase some higher tier flight manuals, essentially, for them, but I don't use it too much, just because I don't really want to abuse it too much. But yeah, let's go ahead and fly our lovely cap ship here near this thing. And there's the fleet just hanging out there. And actually, this isn't even this ship right here isn't even the sexiest ship that I have. Oh yeah, look at that beastie. It's actually even bigger than this ship. By quite a bit. Oh, looks like my laser towers are engaging something. Probably another... Oh wow, look at all those resources sitting there. And there's our lovely defense station. Already working on its second wing. Let's see if they'll open fire on whatever that is. Nope, whatever it is dead now. So the best ship that I have currently is the Raptor, which took me quite a bit to actually capture this beast. Actually, let's go ahead and teleport over. We can take a look at it from the outside, because I'll just fly around outside of it. This was the largest ship that came with the expansion, Split Vendetta. And it is a behemoth. It is a large carrier, or an extra large carrier, I should say. It has 101 turrets and has an accompaniment of 100 small class fighters and 40 medium class fighters, which are docked on that back kind of dock area there. So it only can release one medium class fighter at a time, but I think it has like 14 small class docks in the kind of area underneath there, which is just, oh, sexy. But yeah, this is a massive, massive ship. So you got the actual command terminal up here, the giant XL class shield generator, and then just turrets, turrets, and more turrets. And big beastly turrets there too, with those L-class plasmas. Let's go ahead and fly down the gullet of the beast here. I absolutely love this ship. It took me a lot of effort to board this thing and capture it, and it was totally worth it.
Awaiting orders.
Awaiting orders, yes. Yeah, no. I got no orders to give you right now. So we fly down into the gullet of the ship here, the hangar. Actually, it's even more than that. Looks like this thing has like 20 S-class landing pads here, or whatever, hangars. So it can launch 20 of these things at a time, pretty much. And you can see all of the chimeras that we have in here as well. We even have some, I think, yeah, we have some L-class plasma turrets on the interior here, kind of defending it. Yeah, you can see right here, these are all of the chimeras that this thing currently has sitting in here Just my beautiful fleet. Just gonna fly through this. Oh, it would just look... You know what? Actually, let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and do that. We're gonna tell this ship... Whoa, I didn't mean to do that. Let's...
Raptor.
Let's tell you, my friend. Where is it? I want you to launch your subordinates, actually. Well, let's just manually control them to leave then for a second. Oh, there they go. As it calls the next batch up. Oh, I got knocked inside the ship. See what I mean? I actually got pushed inside the ship. Just, oh god. That is just sexy watching them get launched out, though. Even though we're inside the ship, luckily I could just teleport, but hey. And that is actually a fix, but if you're in a ship, you're kind of screwed. It is an attractive space game. Being able to have your own carrier is tempting. And now I can tell you, recall subordinates. And that should cause them all to dock back in here. But let's go ahead and quickly teleport back to the ship. And then we'll maybe see all those fighters come back in to land. And I can actually do this from the interior of the ship as well. Now, are they going to dock in this way, or how are they going to go in there? Yep, they are going to fly back in this way, it seems. Nice. Nice. Oh, that is just beautiful. Look at them all just slowly making their way up the back here. Oh, that is beautiful. Let's get a nice angle from it over here. Let me just burn my thruster here. All flying back down into the gullet of the ship. I'm honestly surprised. And again, I'm playing this on a laptop right now, and it's still and streaming it, and it still runs this well. So, not too shabby. In all honesty, I mean, it's still kind of stuttering a little bit, but that's kind of expected, considering. And I think, oddly enough, the major thing that's actually taking the most punishment right now in my laptop is the RAM. For whatever reason, apparently 8 gigs just is not enough. But hey, I mean, it is what it is. Oh, that's just so nice. And these things are just, these are really, really nice fighters. They've got 5 guns, 4 engines, only 1 shield, so they are glass cannons, but my god do they deal damage. And especially with these ones, as I have them equipped with the, what is it, the thermal, let's look at you for a second. I can't remember what it was called. Yeah, the thermal disintegrator MK2s, which essentially partially bypass shields and directly target hull. Oh, one of the ships flew into the inside the ship. That's unfortunate. So it is kind of funny watching them all trying to cram in here and not really doing so successfully. But hey. Once they get into docking position, though, they just zoom right on in. It's just beautiful. And this thing still isn't even fully stocked yet either. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and take any of the new chimeras that we have produced and add them to the interception fleet here. Although I was going to give some more to this guy, I think. Yeah, how much do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I need 2 more for you. Intercept for Commander. Alpha. Now, you can actually assign... You can assign ships to different roles within one ship, and it'll assign it to a new group. Like if I were to assign a section to defend the ship, then they would do that. Like right now I have a lot of them currently set to basically attack for the Raptor, but I could also set some, or intercept for the Raptor. I could also set a couple to now defend for it as well. So if I go attack, then Beta is currently the attack fleet. Alpha is currently the interception fleet, and there is no defense fleet as of now. So there's currently 30 ships that we have as an intercept. I'm going to go with half, at least half intercept. So we're going to go ahead and assign all of those to intercept. That should be fine. Let's go ahead and close that subgroup. Close that subgroup. Unfortunately, one thing that kind of sucks is I was hoping to be able to create a trade fleet subgroup, or group and subgroup, where essentially the main trader would be set up to trade in a certain way, and then all of the other traders would mimic that trade. But unfortunately, it didn't work like I had hoped, where I was hoping they would just all follow the same orders but separately. That way I could, you know, basically create one super group and combine all of the traders into that. So I still wish that I could manually create a fleet group and then just have sub-fleets assigned to that fleet group. That way I don't have, you know, like an entire list of trade ships that also have, you know, fighter accompaniment. Actually, it looks like each one of these that only say Chimera. These are all destroyed trade fleets. Let's go ahead and remove all of their assignments. So these guys used to be following the trade fleets, and now they're, well, yeah, they're not, for obvious reasons. So let's go ahead and assign them. Yeah. Assign to the Raptor. This will be the first of the defense fleets. We'll go with... don't know why there's no Charlie on here. But hey, whatever. We'll give them Gamma. So they are going to defend under Gamma Fleet. I should probably get back inside of a ship soon, because otherwise I'm probably going to die. Where is my actual combat ship? Now this Dragon Alpha here was actually the ship that I first captured when I started this campaign. And I've carried it with me ever since to be my main kind of combat ship. Oh, and of course now it decides to autosave. Still autosaving. Please wait. More autosaving. Please wait. Yeah, I can hear my... Oh, geez, let me put my hand back here. Oh, yeah. The laptop sounds like it's revving the turbines there as it's trying to process all this. Geez. But hey, it works. I mean, I can't complain. It's a laptop and it's able to do this. So, you know, sure, I had to down it to 720 to get it to function, but it's better than nothing. Alright, so what am I going to do then? Because I'm probably going to wrap this up shortly. Ooh, looks like we now have 97 total S-Class fighters in the Xenon's Bane, or yeah, Xenon's Bane fleet.
Entering system. Trinity Sanctum.
Now let's see here. Yeah, we have 97 S-Class fighters, 1 M-Class fighter, 5 L-Class battleships, pretty much. Or assault frigates, whatever I want to call them. I'll say battleship. And then 1 XL class carrier, because all of the default kind of like XL class ships when it comes to combat are all carriers. As annoying as that is in a way, I just like to have the giant, like, beastly battleships which just have massive cannons. But unfortunately there's not too much of them. There is actually one, I think, available. Let me actually scroll out here for a second. I believe it was the Paranid XL class, and this was again pulled from, I believe, X Rebirth, if I'm not mistaken. And I really want to buy this thing, but it's kind of expensive. The Urabos. Yeah, this is the one, I think. Yeah. This is the beast right here. It has quite a few cannons on this thing. Quite a few cannons indeed. Just the chassis is 51 million. And I think it even has... It has 4 XL class shields. God, I want this thing so much. It's just so nice. I mean, it alone has 451 hull, and then you add all of these just sexy beasts on here. And now it has 466,000 shield too. It is just a really, really nice ship. And that's with a Paranid shield too, not even the Talati. Like the Talati, different races have different stats to all their weapons, whether they rotate better. Like, I think weapon-wise, Paranids are the best balance between kind of speed, so basically their accuracy, and firepower. Talati are the best when it comes to overall kind of like tankiness for the maximum capacity, and then so on and so forth. And of course, this thing is also capable of holding 40 S-Class and 24 M-Class ships, which is pretty decent. It's just a nice little beast. The rest of them are kind of meh. We have the Executioner Battleship, which again, this is a mod, or a modded ship. It's pretty similar to the other one I'm flying right now. Maybe even has a bit more cannons, but it's a decent little battleship. We have the Thanatos Battleship, which again, I mean, it doesn't really look too sexy, but it's decent enough. The Zeus, which I think this is the this right here is the vanilla ship, the vanilla carrier. It's just The Atlas Sentinel, which is also vanilla. The one thing that really disappointed me as well when this game first released is how much the XL class ships and the L class ships were basically the exact same damn thing, just different variants. Because if I go down to the L class, like heavy fighters that they have, I think it was the Stargate, no, not Stargate, so that's in a modded one as well. The Odysseus Sentinel, it looks basically exactly the same as the XL variant, just a smaller version of it. So I was just kind of disappointed with how those looked. The Doomhammer Destroyer, which is it's kind of an adorable little destroyer. I wouldn't put too much stock in that, honestly. I might have like one just because. Stargazer, same kind of deal. Doesn't really have enough turret space for me. I mean, it does have fighter space, but Then we have the like large L-class gas miner, mineral miner. And of course, the Helios Sentinel L-Class Freighter and the Selene L-Class Freighter. Now, of course, compared to the other ship that I have, they don't really carry that much. Even this one does not have the kind of storage capacity that mine, the Mega Transport, does. Speaking of which, there's going to be one last thing that I do before I call things and go for now. Since I do have to go here, first things first, take a look at the defense platform. Configure station, what are you still missing for resources? A lot of everything. Claytronics is the main one. Energy cells, field coils, and advanced electronics. Okay. Field coils is what I want to add on here, because we do need those, a lot of those. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and go to the Mega Transport, which is currently sitting around doing nothing, and I'm going to put him to work. Hmm. So this one has 182,000. I believe that's what, meters square? No, meters 3, something like that, worth of space. So much more than the rest of them beasties. Get some more field coils. Claytronics, there's 1,000 here, which is pretty nearly going to fill me up. And that's basically going to fill that up now, I think. Oh no, I can get 139 more. Once all of that has been bought and, well, loaded, you will return here, transfer wares with the build storage, and there we go. And confirmed. Alright, so that's looking good. Let's take one last look at my Grand Exchange Wharf, and we'll see how that is doing for its build status, because I do have to fix things. They still do not have any resources here. That's kind of annoying. So what I'm going to do then, because this is kind of like irritating me slightly. Let's even buy some here if we can. M class. Let's compare you. Let's get a couple of you. They're missing hull parts here right now, so they don't have enough to afford that. Let's check with the Talati then, my usual go-to guys. Medium class. Vulture Vanguard. Are you seriously out of hull parts as well? Jeez, I might as well start mass producing hull parts for sale in Xenon Sector 451, because it seems like it's required. Alright, let's check with the other Talati then. Don't tell me you're also out, because then I'll be really annoyed with you. Fantastic. Pulse turret just to defend the thing. Captain. Give him, no, not 13 service crew. I'm not that generous. 2 service crew. Add to list. We will produce. Let's get 4 of those, shall we? Oh, we don't have enough of them. Fine, we'll get 3. Which is 3 million. Confirm order. So when those 3 are constructed, and we will speed up time a little bit so that they will take 2 minutes. So let's fly on out of here. Excuse me, Captain.
Hello.
Hello. I probably should have refilled my torpedoes while I was here. Ah, well. Alright, let's get on out of here. And boom. And away we go. Once we're free in Talati space, I will speed up time a little bit. Those 3 ships will be assigned to trade for build storage, and hopefully that means they will supply that damn station quick, instead of basically annoying the hell out of me. Let's take on this P here quickly, because I haven't done much dogfighting myself here in this playthrough. Now I use the pulse turrets and a single torpedo launcher on my ship personally, just because I like to have the I like to have the better hit, the guaranteed kind of hit rate that it provides. And give it a couple of seconds, and that should be about good. Those should be constructed now. And the first of the Nemesis Vanguards is almost... Actually, no, one of them has already been constructed. Fantastic. The Nemesis Vanguards are my new torpedo bombers, which I will be setting up in a fleet with additional torpedoes to supply them. Is the hope and the dream. Right. U3. No. Alright. Trade for Commander's build storage, please. We actually already have 3 ships doing that, but apparently they weren't doing a very good job. Anyway. Yeah, there was the Buffalo and the Vulture. They weren't really doing anything. Don't know why, but hey. Right. I think he just kind of bugged out for whatever reason. Anyway, I am going to save things there for now and call that there for the moment. Oh, stretch. Oh. But still, that was pretty good. I mean, I'm still surprised it worked as well as it did on this lovely laptop. Oh, crack. But I will be back again on Saturday to continue from here, where we will hopefully finish... Well... Basically, we've already somewhat secured our hold on the Xenon sector now. So what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to start construction on a new station in the system to basically start mass producing all kinds of different resources that are required in the area. As for what those resources are going to be, I'm not 100% decided yet. We might just go for a nice big variety. You know, a nice large station with a second admin tower just to further secure my hold on the sector, but we will see what happens then. Either way, though, thank you very much for watching, everybody. Hopefully you all enjoyed. Definitely have yourselves a great one, and I will catch you all next time with some more X4. Till then, have a great one. And thanks again for the raid, Love Eyes, you fantastic person, you.